How you feeling?
He's got an erection.
Hello there, welcome to Not For Radio. It's good to have you back. For those that aren't Sniper Elite, third episode for the week. You guys are well and truly been catching up with us. So if you do want 2 extra ones, you can click on the show notes and you'll find a link there in the link tree to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Also still got these sunnies for sale. You can buy those through the show notes as well. There's a link there, and you can get the Not For Radio sunglasses.
Get the dunks.
Get the dunks, which I've been absolutely thrashing.
Yeah.
Now, all I'm going to do to say what's coming up in the podcast is it's fucking hectic. Like, there is more hectic shit in today's podcast than what there has been in probably the last
2 months.
2 months combined. It just, I don't know, there's a lot of curveballs. It just kind of happened. It's like, if you roll a dice enough times, you're going to get snake eyes, and today's episode is fucking snake eyes.
Yeah. There is literally everything from fucking people being blown to smithereens by landmines to a guy gluing his dick to a rubbish bin in the cold.
Both those things I'd forgotten about. I was thinking about other things. So
There's the fucking tip of the iceberg.
that's just like introductory level stuff. The rest of it's going to be proper hectic. So definitely listen to this by yourself.
This is, once again, we reiterated at the end of the podcast, but this is not the one you share with people when they ask you what Not For Radio is all about.
Or if there is that one person that's like super fucked up, then maybe we've hit the level they want.
You will be judged if you share this by people that love you.
And just look, hey, you're your own boss. You don't even have to listen to this if you don't want to. Let's go!
Not For Radio with Jay and Dunc. Yummy.
War story number 1, Jay Reeve.
This one here from Jay Gibson. Jay Opataya spells his name like this. Jai also spells his name like this. So it could be Jay or Jai from Ear. And this is under the category of Marines banter. Hi, fellas. Jay here. Fuck, I don't want to fuck up a name like that because he's in the Marines. Apologies if I fucked it up.
You've offended enough people in your career. I wouldn't worry about one stinky little Marine.
Yeah, but these people are trained killing machines. Anywho.
Jesus, like,
Brother
why
Jay
the fuck
here.
did you call him a stinky
Yeah,
Marine?
fuck, mate. You need to disappear tonight. You're gonna be found.
All I'm saying is I've had my brakes cut before and it's not that bad.
Yeah. Fucking get your braces, blow your car up with you, innit? Anywho, Jay here, Royal Marines. My mate Yanto was forever playing pranks. Jolly Japes, he called them. He was clever and was always on the lookout for any attempts at revenge. We were skiing in Norway, and in the evening, we hit the bar. As doth happen, he needed a slash. There was a big old queue, so he decided to pop outside. I thought, why not? It'll freeze in no time. It was minus 22 degrees centigrade. Fucking freezing.
That's so cold.
Yeah. As he was only outside for a minute, he was only in a thermal t-shirt. He was peeing next to a metal bin. I saw my chance and I fucking took it. I shoved the bin towards him and being ice cold, I grabbed his dick and latched on. Fuck.
Oh my god. What are you at?
It would have been like a fucking magnet, just fucking... The look of shock on his face, especially when I patted him on the back and said, see you inside, mate. He swore a fair bit, but I couldn't hear him when I went inside. Left him for about 10 minutes. The lads laughing their fucking heads off and taking pickies. Myself and Eddie went out and brought the bin in with him still attached to it. It would take too long to describe how fucking funny that was. We placed him in a queue for the bar and put a coat over him to cover his embarrassment. He stood there acting cool and attempting compliments, looking like fucking Oscar the Grouch.
This is such a good
Accepting the compliments for being clever enough to bring the bin in to the bar so people could throw their bottles in, which was going by his face. Hurt every single time everyone hit the place he was attached to it. Eventually, the bin warmed up and he detached himself to a rousing cheer from the fellas. It didn't deter him. 2 days later, the dunny I was sitting on fucking blew up.
Yes! I take everything I said about Marines. The one thing. They're amazing. This is awesome.
I'm not talking about just the water. I'm talking fucking hospital time. He split my ass in half. 2 days later, released 7 stitches to my old bum to hold my bum hole together. Back with the lads, sweet ass fellas up the waz.
To hold my bum hole
Fucking
together.
hell.
Wow. Checkmate.
That is fucking around.
Now, war story number 2. I'm unsure about. Like, it's almost to the point where, like last time I said that, I read it out in the podcast, and we got fucking millions of views on the particular the video that went out.
Well,
But this is fucking rank.
okay, sweet. Okay, I was going to say, as long as
Almost to the point where I'm thinking maybe it'd be better if Teagues read it out. Teagues has filtered this and put it in front of us.
See, now I'm starting. You are our fucking moral compass, Teagues, and now you're starting to get a little bit squirrely.
So usually when you guys start reading out a war story, I kind of know what one it is because I usually put them up about a week out. I don't know what one you're talking about.
Perfect. Fucking you're reading it then. Get over here.
I can read it from here if you want. What one is it?
No, you need to be on camera.
Jump in here. I can take my spot.
Oh, Jay, you're not going to like this.
Really?
It's
crouch.
man, I've never.
How are you going to sit there?
Well, because I'm the same size. I'm the same height as you when I'm kneeling.
What one are we? What one is it?
One from Paul.
Okay, Paul.
If Dunk's covering his face already, this is not a good sign.
I just don't want to be in the video when this goes out.
Paul Smith from Oswald Thistle, UK. Hey there, I'm a massive fan of the Not For Radio pod and of course yourself. I've probably got the one yarn that would make Jay spew the goo. It's the worst thing I've ever been through and it took me years to get over, so here goes. I'll tilt my laptop so that you don't pre-read it.
Move mine out of the way so I don't spew on it.
I was a testosterone-fueled 16-year-old boy, legally able to spread the population paste in and around the arse's end of Lancashire, England. And after a night of drinking and passionate tongue tennis with my first proper girlfriend, I remember this one. It's all coming back to me. I'm happy to read it. First proper girlfriend, it was time to get that cherry well and truly popped, so off we went. Hands down, up and everywhere, more than likely in all the wrong places. The job was complete and I became a fully fledged manly man.
Well done.
Doug's going red.
Keep going.
How you feeling?
He's got an erection.
Feeling accomplished in my new role as master of the labia, I naturally deemed it only right and proper that I should bend the proverbial knee and become the cunning linguist that I was destined to be. And down I delved into the magical realm of the squidge mitten. And man, I went to town, putting in my best work. After a few minutes of aimlessly flapping my tongue around like a bulldog licking piss off a nettle, I feel something in between my teeth. Oh yeah, that's a pube, I say to myself internally as to not ruin the moment. I emerge from the moist curtains of beef to liberate the stray straggler from its toothy grasp and grasp with pinched thumb and forefinger, breaking daylight and revealing the revelation that this was not the short and curly throat tickler that I expected.
Is it a tail?
It was a fucking worm.
A worm! A fucking worm?
Yeah. The wiggle noodle had been evicted from its warm and cozy abode and
Fucking hell. That's so rank.
and subsequently passed away in my grasp. Needless to say,
Where the fuck did that come from?
Must be a tunnel worm.
it'll be from the bumhole.
No shit. Was he fucking tongue punching a fuck?
Well, I don't know.
What a ledge.
Needless to say, it took me years to administer another downstairs telling off. Love the pod, up the waz, hooroo, Paul.
The old bulldog approach is not the right way to go about it. You maybe a little bit more pointed next time.
It's not good.
That's so fucking rank.
Jeez, I wonder how long that relationship
Jay,
lasts.
you were great.
You're better than Dunk. He looks unwell.
I actually, for whatever reason, I read that one last night. I was like, I want fucking no part in that. And last night I decided that Teagues would be reading it.
That is pretty fucking crook.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard of that before.
Neither.
Like,
I've heard some shit. I thought that he might have whipped around the old tampon string and jammed that in the teeth.
yeah, which weirdly, yeah.
Oh,
And then the pull
that
out
makes me feel more
the
sick
pull out
than
and
the
a
worm.
plug. Tastes like a mouthful of pennies.
Oh, Jay, that's actually too far. That's fucked up. That's fucking disgusting.
No, the worm's disgusting.
Yeah, the
That's
worm's
a little
fucking
bit
Well, the
disgusting.
worm's an accident.
What are you
You
talking
pulling the
about?
plug
yourself
out,
up.
that's not right.
Oh, fuck if he didn't know.
This is fucked.
Whew. Shall we? Hang on.
I don't
Okay.
even know if I want to be in this podcast anymore, guys.
Warning. This podcast contains explicit content, strong language, and graphic stories which may be offensive or upsetting to some listeners. If you are sensitive and don't have a dark and twisted sense of humour, please fuck off and listen to something else, because this is not for radio.
Just because that fucking thing plays doesn't make me instantly feel better, okay, guys?
This is fucking also going off piece, and I apologise. But it just goes to show when you open up and have a conversation with somebody, the shit that you can find out.
Oh, yeah.
So just before I came up here, I'm beverage specialist, basically the apprentice. I've been making coffee for fucking the last 5-6 years. That's my job. About 90% of it anyway. And so was making a coffee, chatting to this a relatively new person who started at work, and was just chatting away. She's got an accent, so I was like, I'm guessing that you're from Christchurch. And she's like, no, I'm actually from the UK. So I moved out here. Yeah, Nana, my father is from New Zealand, mother is from the UK.
Do you know you're not actually supposed to ask people that now? This is part of Dixie's training. Like, it can be, say, for example...
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, man. That's what they get told of the big corporates now.
Fuck big corporates.
Because it can
then.
be offensive. You could have been here for ages, but your parents may have a thick
she
accent.
has.
Therefore, by you going, oh, where are you from, is implying you're not a New Zealander.
Oh, fuck off. If you've got an accent, then clearly you are from somewhere other than New Zealand.
No, if you were born here, but your parents have a thick accent, then you'll have an accent.
That's effectively what has happened. She's been here for 20 years and she's got a thick-ish UK accent. And if you get offended by people fucking asking, fuck off. You don't have enough shit to worry about if that's what you're worrying about. That fucking winds me up. There is some shit going on in the world right now, and if you fucking get offended by that, fuck off. Anywho.
Sometimes I just know when to throw the butane canister on the fucking fire of Jay Reeve.
That is absolute dog shit. So anyway, I fucking said to her, you've got an accent, where are you from? Turns out she's been here for 20 years out of the last 25. So she moved over because her father's mother, her grandmother, had suffered some medical event, and so they said, you probably want to come back. Old girl's still fucking going 20 years later. I was like, fucking check, mate. That's how you get your son, who has been overseas and hooked up with somebody and living in there. That's how you get him home. Oh, fuck, I don't think my days are numbered. 20 years later, she's still fucking kicking. And she goes, yeah, she's the toughest lady I know. I was like, what do you mean? Because I think they thought she had a stroke or something, and it was whatever it was. Anyway, so back in the day, she's winding back the story. She's like, I was like, give me an example of how tough your grandmother is. And she goes, my grandfather tried to slit her throat and she survived. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And she goes, yeah, they had a pretty tumultuous relationship. He wasn't the greatest of guys. Very, very abusive, very violent. And so they separated, divorced. The divorce went through, and on her birthday, she'd since moved on and was seeing a fella. On her birthday, knock at the door, boyfriend opens the door, fucking 6 times into the guts with a knife into the boyfriend, and then grabs the grandmother and fucking ear to ears her with a fucking knife. Slits her throat. Fucking proper. I was like, what the fuck? And how do you survive that? She basically had another fucking mouth opened up. Anyway, so she survived that, and I was like, fuck. And then he pled insanity. The grandfather pled insanity and went away to what's now university for 10 years. Went away and then got out, and I was like, fucking hell. So you guys have never seen him. She goes, this is the fucked up thing. My parents used to send us away to stay with him. Over Christmas holidays. Just them. What? Just the kids and the granddad who went away for 10 years for double attempted murder.
Pre or post?
Post.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting parenting choice.
And
She said, send me to the stabbing Karen father.
and I was like, fucking imagine finding that out after you've been staying with him. Because she's like, oh, he's passed away last year. And I was like,
Good riddance.
I was like, hang on. He passed away last year, so you stayed with him for summers, and I was like, when did you find that out? And when did you find this out? And she goes, about 10 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
What a psycho.
Pretty crazy. He wasn't well, but
Clearly.
it's pretty good fun to hang out with. I had a real sweet spot in a pretty awesome part of New Zealand and was very adventure-based.
What the bloke was?
Yeah, the grandfather, the double attempted murder grandfather, was fucking awesome fun apparently to hang out with.
Man.
What a fucking handful.
Yeah.
See, and that's what you get from asking somebody where they're fucking from. So big corporates, go fuck yourself, because you wouldn't have heard that story otherwise.
You're literally part of a big corporate right now.
No. Yeah, I am.
No.
You're listening? Go fuck yourself.
Speaking of dying, had a message from Pearl Nash. Real quick about the Crematorium stuff on Friday's show.
Yeah.
A mate of ours' dad died a few weeks ago and got all of his titanium hip and arm joints back. They made the hip joint into a beer opener for their outdoor bar. So you do get those back.
That's sick.
Yeah. Also, as well, I want to play this to you because sometimes we play. We haven't played many more good Kiwi ads. Let's put a note. We were doing that last week or the week before the podcast. But it's nice to bring to our international audience a little bit of what goes on TV here in New Zealand. We're fucking shaka bra of the broadcasting standards.
Mate, I tell you, I voiced some ads this morning for a vehicle company which shall remain nameless, and they take their ads from Australia, and out of the 7 ads they got served, they could only play one because they're fucking so loose they basically offend everybody.
What the Australian ones do?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were worse than us.
Oh, mate, and this was I don't know if I can even
Don't.
Yeah. I won't say the brand, but I'll give you the premise of the ad. And there's a guy and a girl out for dinner, and they get served their meal, and it's like goes down in front of the girl, and she goes, "Oh, thank you," and then it lands in front of the fella, and he's like, like got one of those like, "Oh, what a fucking pile of shit" looks on his face, and the ad starts with "Get what you really want," and then goes into this vehicle.
That's good.
Yeah.
What, is that one all good?
That's the only one they could use.
Yeah,
which
okay.
even then, because it was like, phew. Yeah, the way when you see it, you understand.
So yeah, I know we're always playing bits and pieces from other countries' TV shows, but this one here is a great piece by we've got a comedian here called Guy Williams, and he's like
He's a national treasure.
I love him to bits, but he is polarizing for whatever reason. Some people like just really dislike Guy Williams, but I think he's just an incredible broadcaster. Not many people can do what he does.
Now, he operates on a level that most people don't understand. So if you don't like what he does, you don't understand what he's trying to do.
And so he's got a TV show called New Zealand Today. Which
Watch it fucking from episode 1 till now. It's amazing.
Yeah, the whole lot. And it just goes into the bumfuck nowhere places in New Zealand and finds little unknown national treasures. Like they're just the most amazing humans. For example, today's one. Here's a bloke lives on the west coast of the South Island, and for the most part, fuck all radio stations down there. I think you can only listen to the rock radio station, which we work on. If you're on Rover, I think there's like a hit station, like an older, I don't know,
Shit one.
maybe like 3 stations over there. So he's got a local station, but he's carved out a bit of a niche. He's been there for a while, plays a little bit of punk rock, plays some rock music, and then really drives the community spirit with messages of the community, which we can't do on a nationwide radio station. And they have a place. Have a go at Guy's interview with him.
Yvonne, what the fuck are you up to?
Just making sure you fucking keep things proper.
See your official title, is it?
I run the radio station, part of the whole board.
Are you on the radio?
Yeah.
So what sort of stuff do you talk about on the radio?
What's going on in the community?
And what sort of stuff is going on in the community?
Fuck all.
The West Coast leading punk rock radio station, Bedrock FM.
It's not raining.
He's on here.
Are you allowed to smoke in here?
I am. Here we get fucked.
All right.
This radio station has been going for 22 years. Community radio. We don't like computers and crap like, so that's why we keep it on CDs.
Is your radio station playing off CDs?
Yeah.
Oh, you have so few CDs. You've got like 20.
There's more in there.
Okay, you got like 40 CDs.
We used to have 3,000, but someone stole them.
Fuck, not your CDs, mate.
Yeah, fucking, we had a disaster. The roof fell off.
The roof fell off.
The roof fell off, but someone stole the whole lot.
This is where your CDs got stolen.
And we used to have them all the way around the walls. Chock a block.
It says international artist, A to Z.
Yeah.
And it's just completely empty.
Fucking no.
Except for one album, which is The Feelers Communicate.
Fucking not even international, are they? So, and I'd like to say, if anyone wants to give us CDs, we need them. All right. fucking Smilton Radio. Let's go. We need CDs. Where are they? We need them today.
G'day, guys. Sky Williams here. I just want to say if anyone's got CDs, because we've only got like 3.
Yeah, fucking, where are they?
Where the fuck are the CDs?
Yeah, fucking, someone stole them.
Fucking give us back your CDs, you fucks.
Yeah, you fuckers. Oh, that's fucking fantastic. Thank you very much.
I've worked in radio for about 3 years, and that was one of the worst voice breaks I've ever heard in my life.
No, fucking, you should be here. There's worse ones.
I loved Granity. I couldn't stand around and watch it be destroyed. So I hit the road so I wouldn't have to.
I think we can do our bit, you know, being part of this big corporate juggernaut that we're a part of. I think we can rally around and get a whole collection of CDs and send them down.
Oh my gosh, how many CDs have you got in your house at the moment?
None.
You're going to be fuck all use. I've got one. It's a signed Serge Tankian album. He did a solo album from System of a Down.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Have you got a CD player though?
No.
See, how the fuck are you going to play it then?
I think I told myself, like when I got him to sign it, that I'd frame it up one day.
That would make more sense.
There's a signed Chris Cornell album, I think, there as well. And an Airborne one, great Australian band that sounds like AC/DC but younger.
It's so classic. Like, I was of the era where people would, say for example, when we were doing MTV, people would turn up with, and we had these artist interviews as a part of the show we did called Full Tank, and it was, I remember just sitting there pulling the fucking front sleeves out of all of the CDs and lining them up so that when we did the interview, they could just fucking basically scribble the lot and fuck off. Pretend, and we'd be like, hey man, we've got fucking CDs to give away signed, like that. Good fucking luck finding one of those. Took me all that time to pull the sleeves out and chuck them back in. They never, fucking half the pages would be sticking out over the tabs. Fuck, I gotta go again.
Jam it back in.
Yeah.
That people hold on to them like I have, I reckon, all the signed ones, surely.
Tapes are now where it's at, man. Tapes fucking big on
Tapes coming back, you reckon?
Tapes are coming back, mate. Yeah.
What about this fucking Sega Master System we've got over here in the corner?
Yeah, good luck getting that back.
We just need the right chords and we'll be away.
Yeah. not to nickel and dime the person who gave it to us, but he gave us a game console, no fucking way of powering it. Cheers, assholes.
It's like giving you a car, no wheels.
Mate, it's fucking, that is literally just the tip personified.
Hey, it's a good part of our set, though.
It is. It's great.
Another message here that I want to read for you from Liv. G'day, Jay and Dunc and the Rock team. I'm Liv. I'm from Newcastle, UK, but I've been living in New Zealand for over a year now. I've recently started listening to the podcast, and I cannot get enough. This is less so a story to share, a more message of gratitude for making this journey a little easier. It is such a comfort listening to the show as I can explore new places, cities, and hostels. Travelling can be seriously stressful and tiring. I'm sure I look like a mad woman chuckling to myself as I walk down the street, but it genuinely calms me down to hear you guys having a laugh together and sharing the wild stories people send in. Worth a shot to share my appreciation. I'll keep tuning in as I explore this crazy, beautiful place I can now call home. All the best to the lads and lass, Liv. You're doing more than most Kiwis do.
Yeah.
Like my last co-host on the radio show, legit, when I started working with him, he'd never been past the Bombay Hills, which is the Auckland border.
Yeah.
Like there is just the most amazing, beautiful places and parts of New Zealand to travel to.
I still, and I think we talked about it on here, just watched the episode The Dirt, which is like hands down I'll put a link to it in the show notes. So Huckberry is an outfitting store from the States. These two mates basically started it just as COVID hit, and they have just like a zest for doing cool shit, outfitting yourself properly, getting out there and getting amongst it. And they've got this guy who hosts the show who's just fucking awesome. And he's ex-pro snowboarder, fucking handy on a downhill mountain bike, cocktail maker, and loves to just explore, jump off fucking anything high that he can find.
Didn't want to get nude on TV, though, did he?
Didn't want to get nude and Rotorua, yeah. But he does such a great job of stitching together. Like, that's my dream job, what he has.
I knew it would be.
Fuck, it's awesome. Anyway, it's like, I've never been to Tora. Like, I've never been to the Waited Upper. Like, it's one of those parts of the country that I've never been through, which is geographically the lower eastern side of the North Island. Sort of the gap in between Hawke's Bay and Wellington, I guess. Fucking love that. never been out your way, Golden Bay. Never popped over the hill and been out that way. I think I've been up and over that, whatever the hill is, the one that fuck everyone races motorbikes over. Takaka Hill?
Takaka Hill.
Yeah.
I think the only bit I haven't done is the Catlins.
Yeah, never done the Catlins, never done Stewart Island, never done Fjordland.
Oh man, have you not?
Nah.
Oh, holy hecker. Yeah, we flew in there once. I think I've told the story ages ago on the podcast, but we drove in there on a bus and then flew out because some guy kept putting his cock on my shoulder while I was sitting down as he was leaning over a chair, and I was getting fucking wild. And then I paid heaps for the one-way flight, which was actually, I could have had a two-way flight and didn't have to have the dick on my shoulder experience if I just plumbed up and paid for it.
This is how much did the flight cost you? This is an indication as to how much Duncan did not want a dick on his shoulder.
It was $475.
That's the number. That's the number that he's willing to part with to not touch a dick.
It was lengthy, I don't know how long his dick was, but it was like
lengthy amount of time.
A lengthy amount of time. There was a dick on my shoulder for, it was a 3-hour drive in. Too much.
How the fuck was he standing the whole time just rubbing his dick on your shoulder?
He was in the aisle, and we somehow have been put in between multiple family members in multiple rows, and the bus was chocker, and I was like, he sort of was leaning over to talk to someone. I can't even remember if it was his kids or whatever. And every time he leaned over, he was leaning over there's my seat behind me, but his dick would pop out and then press on my shoulder. And I was like, oh, fuck. Just like not saying anything even to Dixie for like...
Slightly enjoying it. You fucking sicko. There it is.
And then I just started raging. Then I said something to Dixie. I was like, I'm fucking not going back on this bus. I'm stopping. And they were really, really, really loud the whole time. And I just
Why don't you just say, hey, instead of rubbing your dick on my shoulder, do you want to swap seats? Where's your fucking seat?
There must have been a reason. It was so long ago, I don't know. All I remember is the dick pressing on my shoulder. I remember wriggling my arm as I was like, on me, like, yo. And he just was oblivious.
He might have thought you were trying to jerk him off with your fucking shoulder.
Maybe that's why he stayed there the whole time.
Fucking running a semi-lob. He's like, this fucking bearded bald bloke just loves to fucking jerk me off with his shoulder. Fucking New Zealand's awesome. I love this place. They give you shoulder wristies.
Back to Milford Sound, Jay.
Yeah, sorry.
It is the most stunning place ever. It's full of fjords, and then there's like 400 meter high hillsides just jutting straight down just rock faces, and then there's fucking waterfalls everywhere. Even in a really fine day, which is what we had, still waterfalls everywhere. If you get in there while it's raining, there'd be hundreds of waterfalls just pouring into the ocean.
Somebody, I think it was Shawsey was saying, who does Red Stag Timber Hunters Club, they do South Sea Sparrows fishing show as well. He was like, you just start asking the question, where the fuck is this water coming from? Because it fucking starts at the top of a mountain and there's nothing above it.
And it's relentless. It just does not stop.
Yeah, he's like, even in terms of elevation, like you said, 400 meters up and a waterfall just comes out of it. He's like, it's the closest thing to an Avatar set that you've ever seen.
It makes
no sense.
It felt like we were scouting for Lord of the Rings. Like when we were flying back, middle of summer, and there was still snow on the Southern Alps, or if that's what they're still called that down there, right? And there was random lakes up the top and shit, and it was just the most glorious vista ever. If you ever get the chance and you're down there, just plumb up and pay for it, and don't get plums in your shoulders. That's my advice.
I'd love to. We were so close. Remember, we were so close to getting a fishing, hunting, and whatever trip in there.
What happened to that?
Oh, just a fucking classic fumble at the fucking fumble undoing the button and just blew in their pants.
Oh well. Move on.
Yeah. Well.
I heard Gandhi once say to a man, they're called jangles, not sandals, you wanker. This is not for radio.
There's no one else like me. There's no one else like me. We'd like to do this on the radio show, but there's some that will probably fit better for not for radio, so I'm going to fire off a few. This is stuff that people have done that you think no one else has, or maybe it's happened to you. That's from Jenny. I got my foot crushed in a hydraulic log splitter at age 3. Car stunted tendon growth permanently. Still have a limp. Kobe, nail went through my hand, sneaking into a girlfriend's house, sat 8 hours with a nail stuck to avoid detection.
Oh, shit.
Just waited there, understand?
Fuck.
Oh. Alan smuggled and did lines of cocaine and MDMA mid-flight to Amsterdam. Passport control, not fun high. Okay, this from Lee. Stabbed myself in the ass cleaning a knife in an abattoir. Nurse said it was the first. Kevin, shot myself down the throat with a rubber sucker arrow. Nearly choked to death as a kid. What's that?
So you know that you basically used to lick the ends of them and they'd stick into glass?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Down the throat.
Well, you would have been fucking reversing it and just went soof and just sent it down the neck.
Oh, my gosh.
That would have been fucking interesting.
Tony, motorcycle accident, into a truck, helicopters out, 37 staples in my head, rode home the next day. God damn it.
Yeah, that's pretty, I don't know how many people have done that.
Oh, wow, this is elite. Wow, this is like fucking 1923. Nigel, shot a beer in my own living room while living in Canada. Fuck, you don't want to miss that. Fuck, that is so intense. Imagine having to drag that fucking thing out after.
I reckon you just fucking walk out, Molotov cocktail behind you and fucking claim insurance.
Shut the door.
Fuck
Light the
that.
fire. Jamie, crushed by a 3.5-ton pine tree, broken pelvis and leg, helicopter rescued.
Wow.
Wowee. Simon, trapped in a burning truck, loaded with petrol and batteries.
Jesus.
Barely escaped. I had to kick out the window, which is fucking harder than what it looks like in the movies. Safety glass sucks. And last one from me, Neil, grabbed a bull's testicle.
Why? Why the fuck would you grab a bull's testicle?
Grabbed a bull's testicles to escape after it trapped me in a field, dragged through the mud to safety. The visuals.
I wonder if he's just getting towed out, holding onto it. Closer to the gate. Oh, I'm out.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Okay, rightio. Here's some from fucking me. Andy drove through a minefield at night in the Sahara Desert on a motorbike with no lights after seeing two French guys in a Land Rover hit two mines earlier in the day getting their fucking early checkouts.
Well, there's a lot to unpack on that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Trent fanged around a farm one night, absolutely steamed with the lads in a scorpion tank. Hang on.
What's a scorpion tank?
A fucking tank, like an army tank.
That's sick.
The bro's little brother was out shooting possums with his mate on the quad bike. Fuck, he should have seen their faces when we came full sideways around the corner on the track. This thing was absolutely priceless. Jesus, that's why we can't have nice things, Trent. John, I led the charge in a 70-ton main battle tank on Saddam Hussein's palace back in 2003.
Goodness me, there is no one else like you.
No. Oh, well, you know, Adam likes to offer his one up. Nailed my cock to a coffee table. Oh, not to be outdone, Ian made my wife shit in the mould of a dildo. I froze it and fucked myself with it.
No. No.
Oh, why would you do that with your name attached to it? Holy
That's not
shit.
real.
No shit. Even did a laughing smiley face, the horns, and then another laughing smiley face off the
That's
back
not
of it.
real.
That's what they call an astro dog.
That's not real.
Damien, well, you'd like to think it's not, but
It makes me, well, I want to sleep tonight, so I'm going to tell myself it's not real.
fucking that's... I mean, I'm at some fucking out of it shit. That is well past my barrier. Damien, been to the Montebello Islands, one of the testing sites in Australia for nuclear testing. Sick.
Whoa.
Okay.
Well, if he's taking his time and didn't take his time with that last one, this is slightly concerning.
Oh, that's with... okay. This is a bit of a longie, but it's a goodie. This is from Olive. Smuggled a stone in my pussy through 3 countries, starting in Cuba, flying home to New Zealand, because my sister's partner had died unexpectedly, and I only got to talk to her for about 5 minutes before I managed to get flights home, and she was devastated. I asked her, is there anything I can do before I got home? She said, bring me a stone from the beach. I was paranoid that I'd get caught and wouldn't make it back for the funeral, which I didn't anyway, turns out. So I put it where I figured no one would find it. When I got to Chile, I got my bloody period, so I had to also use a sanitary product. The drug dogs stopped and sniffed me, and they were looking at me, which made me turn red and sweat. But after a few minutes, they passed. Fuck me, that bloody dog must have smelt the blood. So with a stone in my...
What is happening?
With a stone in my Kent and bleeding like a stuffed pig, I made it home after 76 hours flying or in airports. Retrieved the bloody thing, gave it to her, and felt like a legend, but clearly not the time to mention all of this. A few years later, I asked where the stone was, and she'd given it to the kids and they lost it. If only they knew the effort I fucking put into bringing that thing home.
What? There's no one else like me.
And another one.
Just quickly to unpack a little bit of that. How does that make your partner die any better? Bring me a random stone from the beach.
Fuck, I don't know.
Well, what can you do? I'm devastated. I've lost my life partner. Can you fucking drag back a pebble in your vagina for me? That'd make things way better.
Not to mention, you don't need to put it, you need to smuggle it. It's a stone. Just put it in your fucking bag. It's not like it was a boulder. It would have been the size of like a fucking cream egg. And last one here from Martin. I took a shit on the library wall on my way home from the boozer. What a night that was.
This has been the most hectic episode.
Fuck, there are some absolute weapons out there.
Don't share this episode with a mate.
This is not the one you share with anybody.
This is expert level, not for radio.
This will make people fucking judge you if you go have a listen to this.
Anybody that knows me will judge me if they listen to this. Yeah. Cool. Holy shit! What happened back there? That's your podcast.
Oh, jeepers, I tell you what a fucking roller coaster that was today.
Hopefully you didn't listen to all this in one go. I think this would be like, more palatable in 10-minute cracks. Whew. Hey, still a couple of pairs of these sunnies.
Yeah.
You can get amongst those on...
We should actually check. We keep saying it. I don't know if there is any.
Oh, we'll just keep saying it then. No, there's some left. Click on the show notes. You can purchase them through there. Couple $100, send them worldwide.
It's a great way to disappear behind a disguise after saying some really fucking terrible shit behind a microphone.
And also, as well, if you want to subscribe and support us and the Not For Radio podcast, you can do that for a couple of extra episodes a week. Get them on a Monday, Tuesday. Someone suggested we do war stories on a Monday for the Inside Word when we just have a general catch-up. We're going to do that as well. We'll start that this week. If you want to grab those, just subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You end up just having to sign up to Rover, which is our company's platform, and then it'll sort it out wherever you listen to your podcast, whatever you're listening on, it'll sort out. Well, that's been Thursday. Epic Thursday. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow with another Not For Radio.